Hey guys, Jess with Peekaboo Wreaths. There. Hey. So we're not gonna have time to do the entire lemon wreath today, but I did want to get it started because you know what? No time like the present. Squeeze the day, all right? Sorry, couldn't help myself. All right, so let's get down to business. Let's make our lemon wreath. Let's do it. Okay, so we got our 14-inch frame. These are the ribbons we're going to be using. We have this yellow stripe this way. We have this yellow stripe that way for our 2.5 inches. For our 1.5 inch, we have a royal blue with white sparkly polka dots. And we have this bumblebee one, which has yellow in the middle of the daisies. So that's what we're going to do for those. And our mesh is going to be blue and tan. And this does have fuzzy edges and with light blue and then black, which is okay because it'll help bring out a little bit of the black in the sign and a little bit of black with the bumblebees. So don't shy away from black a little bit, even in summer designs, it's totally okay. So let's wire up our frame. We do have some burlap polypro mesh, and it gives a really pretty natural look. So that's why we're using the natural colored pipe cleaners. We're not using yellow or blue, not because I didn't have them, although that's also true. But this is just fine because it'll match the burlap mesh and it'll look pretty from the back and pretty from the front. Some people have asked if I cover the backs of my wreaths. I do not, but they look good, so it's not necessary. And when you put your florals in or whatever, or like when you add your mesh, if there's little, little things that need to be trimmed, you can always do that when you're all done too. But I do not cover up the backs of my wreaths. It looks just fine. So yeah, I figured we'd hop on here. I know, like I said, we're not gonna have time to do the entire lemon wreath today, but we are gonna start on it and then we can finish it tomorrow. So let me know when you're watching, where you're watching from, what you got going on today. Yeah. I went to Hobby Lobby today, guys. I have not been to Hobby Lobby this Easter season because I had a lot of supplies already, so I did not need to go to Hobby Lobby, but I like going so I can kind of see what's going on, what they got offering to me. Hey. Oh, thank you. Hey, Rosario. Paula, hey. Hey, girl, hey. We're making a lemon wreath today. I've misplaced my sign. Oh, here it is. Right in front of me. This is the sign that we're going to be using. You see how it's gorgeous with the blue and the white and the green, the different shades of blue. Nice and fresh. So that's the sign we're going to be using. We are not going to be able to finish this wreath today, I can already tell you guys, but we can get a good start on it. So I didn't want to not go live because I knew we didn't have time to do the whole wreath, so I figured we might as well get started on it. I don't know about you guys, but sometimes, like, if I know I want to do something, I need to, like, come in the house and go do it right away. If I sit down and I'm like, oh, it's kind of like, the biggest lie that we tell ourselves as adults. Hey, Rita, how are you? Oh, thank you, Rosario. Paula, yep, lemons. Sometimes we'll just be like, oh, I'm just going to check Facebook real quick. Half hour later, you're like, oh, shoot. I did have some things that I wanted to get done. It took a long time, but now I can do part of it. All right, we did prep our lemons. We have 2 different shades of yellow, which helps add to the natural. We have the dark yellow, we have a light yellow, and you know what? These 2 yellow ribbons that we're using are slightly different tones, and I think those lemons are just gonna help tie that all in. These are the 2 mesh we're gonna be using on the outside. We got the blue and we got the burlap. Rita, your wreath is going out today, honey. I got it all ready yesterday. So it'll be going out today. So since it's staying here, I bet it will be there I bet by Saturday. I bet. The tracking will upload later today.
It'll update, I should say. But yes.
Hey Teresa, how are you?
How's it going, guys? We're starting on our lemon wreath. A little bit, this is the second live in one day. How about it? You guys, this blue mesh has fuzzy edges, and you know how I feel about that.
Can you guys see?
Oh, it's so cute. It's purple and, or it's not purple, hello, blue and black. But it's nice because the blue is like a little bit lighter than the blue that's in the mesh, and it just helps tie in this, you know, because we have two different shades of blue in the plaid. How big are the ruffles? Where did you get that mesh? Blue and burlap. Thanks. Craftoutlet.com. The burlap is, let me tell you, you guys, I was ready. CRPB211-33. Okay, it's a poly mesh. I don't always use that, but it was available for me. And this is called a drift border stripe mesh, RY8116K5. If you want to look those up, you can either look them up at Craft Outlet, or you can type those numbers into Google and it will pull it up for you and show you all the different places you can buy it. These pieces of mesh are cut to 30 inches long, and it is on a 14-inch wire frame. 18 pieces. When you cut your mesh to 30 inches long and you use 3 rolls, you can get exactly enough for 2 wreaths. So that's what I like to do. I like to prep 2 wreaths at once. It takes a little bit more time that way, but then it's way faster when it comes to assembling them, because then you got everything all set and ready to go. Thank you, Rosario. Yep, of course. Thank you. Yep, girl, you even got the hearts the right color, the blue. But it's kind of funny because I went to go make this, or get this ready. I was inspired by the sign first. Then I went and looked at what kind of lemon ribbon I had. I had bought lemon ribbon just for this summer season or spring season, but it was black and white plaid, which would have matched our other wreath, but not this one. So I'm actually going to be using bee ribbon on this wreath because it has a blue and white plaid background. And you know what? Lemons and bees and daisies, it's all about summertime, so all the summer feels. So as always, sorry guys, kind of out of the camera angle, I always roll the mesh a time or two and then ruffle it right up and put the cut edge facing down to help minimize any frays that might happen. Mesh is a woven material, it is bound to fray a little bit, but there are things you can do to help minimize those frays, like using a sharp rotary cutter and cutting it as straight as possible, rolling it a couple times and putting the cut edge facing down. So then you won't see it in the front of your wreath. Okay, and then we try to make it as even as possible and set it down into those pipe cleaners that we already have attached to the frame. So yeah, but yeah, two lives in one day, guys. How about it? If you guys missed the first one, I was giving a patriotic wreath a little, makeover, maybe. I needed a little glam up, as they say. It was a design that I had made a couple of years ago, and it did not have a bow on it. I had put tinsel, like little tinsel bows. I gotta sneeze, hold on. Excuse me. It had little deco mesh tubing bows instead of a big bow, and you know what? It was not serving it. It was not serving the wreath well. So we made a nice big bow, and now it's ready to go. I'm able to drop it off today to my children's school for their big end of the year silent auction fundraiser that they do every year. This will be my 3rd year that I'm able to donate one of my wreaths, and I'm so honored, and I love that. And I messaged the woman in charge of fundraising to let her know that I'll be dropping it off today, and I sent her a picture of it, the picture that I took, so if she needed that for marketing or whatever. And she said I can drop off some of my cards and put them right by my wreath at the silent auction display. So I really like that I'm going to be able to do that. You know, leave some of my cards. So if somebody likes that wreath, they can take one of my cards and possibly contact me to make their own if they don't win it. So that's a good opportunity. I don't know about you guys, but I feel like life, a lot of life is about connections, you know, and you never know when those connections are going to be made, but they're always, you know, lots of blessings, you know. So yeah, this wreath looks a little dark so far, but it's really going to brighten up with the yellow and the blue. Yeah, what do you guys got going on today? We have a lot of clouds. It was sunny earlier today, and I went for a walk, and it was, you know, in the 40s. And then the next time I went out, after I finished that patriotic wreath, it was warmer, but also humid. And it's been like raining on and off, and it's supposed to get real windy and stuff. And I'm like, no, thank you. No thanks. I know rain is a big part of spring, but let's enjoy the sunshine first, please. All right, I have to remember that I have, no, I didn't forget. I have this deco mesh tubing that I want to put on top of our ribbons. I need to remember that. So somebody remind me if I forget. But I want to make, I had some of that natural deco mesh tubing, and I want to make some little bows to put on top of our ribbon bundles. So, okay. So this is our last piece of burlap mesh, and then we got one more blue one, and then we're going to do all blue on the top. Yeah, what you guys got going on? What's going on this Thursday? It's a Thursday today. Tomorrow's Friday. We got, our boys have their spring break coming up. So we got some good relaxing mornings. That's one of my favorite things about breaks is like you don't gotta rush in the morning time. You know, everybody can sleep and just take it slow. You know what I mean? All right, so that's our last one on the bottom. Here we go so far. Looks kind of dark, but it will lighten up, I promise. But yeah. So we got our lemons, I pulled some hydrangea, and I think that's gonna look really pretty too. Because hydrangea is still, you know, into summer too. Where are my hydrangea growers that can tell me? I always thought hydrangea was a summer flower, but then I've also learned it's a spring flower too. So where are my hydrangea growers? Tell me what colors you guys have. Where are you guys at? I know you guys. We got some beautiful gardeners in this chat, I'm sure. You know, my mom grows the most beautiful hydrangea in front of her house. All right, so we're hopping up to the top layer now. Laying in the mesh. No need to add any extra pipe cleaners because they're already attached to the frame. We'll give it one twist because we're going to come in and put in our ribbon. We just want to make sure that our mesh is not covering up, or, you know, we want it to be nice and full and fluffy. We don't want it covering up any of the other pieces. There we go. Just gathering it up right in the middle. And then flip it over. What's going on, guys? You guys like the sound of the mesh getting put in? It's kind of comforting. What do they call it? ASMR? Listening to the sounds of the different crafts and stuff. What's up? What's up, guys? Everybody's so quiet. What themes are you guys working on next? Those of you that make wreaths. Do you have a current project going on? Do you got plans for your next project? What do you got going on? After working on that patriotic earlier, it got me in the mood for more patriotic, so I'm excited to work on some of those. I think I only have one patriotic in my shop right now, so I've been hearing that patriotic is selling lately, so I want to make sure I don't miss out on that. And I do use a laundry hamper to keep a clean one, of course. It's not used for clothing, just mesh. I'll keep my mesh organized after I cut it. Because the less you handle the mesh, the better. So you don't want to be handling it excessively if you don't, you know, cut it and then put it over the side to use. You don't need to handle it a bunch of times. Because the more times it's like up against other mesh, it could get snagged, it could get, you know, stuck. You don't want that. Okay, we got one more piece we need to put on the top here. And then we are all done with our mesh layer. And this wreath is already at 24 inches across. This piece was one of the last pieces on the roll, so it is slightly shorter than the rest. So this is where we're going to put our bow. So I'm going to fold the pipe cleaner under after I put it in. After I put the mesh in there. That way I know not to put any ribbon in there. And there we go. We are done with putting our mesh in. I'll give you guys a nice look. So we have so far. Full and fluffy and ready to go. Again, this is the sign that we're going to be using. It's an 8-inch round. We're going to put it over to the side and then put our ribbon bow over here. I'm going to set this over here just to make sure it doesn't get knocked off the table. Okay, here we go. Again, these are our 2.5 inch. They're cut to 13 inches long. We have this I don't know if you want to, horizontal stripe, vertical stripe, horizontal stripe, both cabana stripe. You guys know how I like those. And then we have a polka dot and we have a plaid that has little bees and yellow daisies on it. So it brings all the colors in. We're going to put 2 into each tie, and we're also going to be adding in a piece of deco mesh tubing. I'm thankful that I remembered to add that in. I always fold them in half. They're always wired ribbons. I had that question earlier today, if somebody could make a wreath without wired ribbon, and I would not recommend it. But if you don't want, you know, it to go to waste, you know, maybe you can use it a little bit in a bow, like in between wired ribbon layers, maybe. But overall, I would not use unwired ribbon. Just because it's just too floppy. It just kind of is a little too unruly for me. So there we go. It just adds a little extra natural touch. So yeah. What you guys got going on? Facebook's not showing me any of your comments, so hopefully I'm not missing anything. If you do catch the replay, how cute those are, those little bees with the daisies. And it's the plaid that matches the sign perfectly. Just grabbing this deco mesh tubing. What I did is I took 2 packages of it. It's a natural, and it matches the burlap. And I just took the length and stretched it out and then cut it into equal pieces. I think we have 16 pieces. So I had 2 packs. I got 8 out of each pack. So yeah. You don't necessarily have to have, if you're making a lemon wreath, you don't have to necessarily have lemon ribbon. You know, just look at the colors in the sign and that works too. So don't always feel like, sometimes if you buy ribbon that matches so well with your theme, but then you have left over, if you don't want to make another lemon wreath, you're kind of, you know, stuck with that ribbon and you might not be able to use it for a while. But if you buy ribbon that's in the color scheme, like even this royal blue one with the polka dots, you could use it for patriotic, you could use it, you know, team colors or like different things like that. So it gives you a little bit more versatility. So yeah, we're just going around alternating these back and forth. Yeah, let me know what you guys got going on. The burlap ribbon, definitely. These little bows, it shows up a lot more on the blue ones than the natural. I'm making long loops, but short tails. And they're all cut to the same length, about 20 inches or so. But yeah, you can see them popping up. It's cute. It's just like a little added touch. And then we're going to add the lemons in. We're going to add some yellow florals. I pulled all my yellow florals because I was feeling a little indecisive. But we can use, you can use white florals, blue florals, yellow, greenery, of course. Greenery, right? And if your pipe cleaners are too short, you can always untwist them, you know, a little bit because the mesh is already kind of stuck in there and it's not really gonna unravel at this point. Okay, I got my tails are a little short, but my loops are long. So that's what I'm going with in this design. That way you can see the loops from the front of the wreath, not just from the side. Because while I do love a good profile view, we want to make sure that we can see the designs from the front too, because that's where your customer will see your wreath. And when you post your picture on Etsy, that's what, you know, the listing shows. It doesn't show the side of it unless you click in the listing, of course. So. What do you guys got going on? Do you guys have any big weekend plans? Is anybody traveling for spring break? You know, my husband was telling me there's a lot of airport issues going on right now. So I hope you guys, if you guys are traveling, you don't run into any of that. Put them in, twist that pipe cleaner down. You guys feeling nice and chill and relaxed this afternoon? I had a really yummy Starbucks this afternoon. I had a chocolate cream cold brew with raspberry foam. That was yummy. I like raspberry and chocolate together. Do you guys? Sonia. Pipe cleaner. There it is. Putting my ribbons and my tubing bow in there, and then just folding that pipe cleaner under because we don't need to add anything more to it. But yeah, if you guys catch the replay, make sure you write replay and then ask your question or your comment so that way I know that I didn't address it live. Sometimes when I go back to look at the Facebook Live comments, all the comments are like in different orders. So sometimes I'm like, oh, okay, well, I'll just look at the later comments. But then, yeah, sometimes they're all over the place. So yeah. Can you guys hear me okay? I hope the comment section isn't broke.
Because I'm really not seeing anything.
Any new things coming through?
Ever since Rosario. So give me like a thumbs up or a heart or something, or a comment, or let me know. Let me see if it's working. I don't know. I apologize if I'm not seeing any of you guys' comments. Yeah, it shows that we have people watching, but I'm not seeing any comments or any reactions or anything. So, apologize if I'm not seeing your stuff. Forgot to put the tubing bow in that one. Here we go. Guys, I feel like when I used to teach and I would talk to the class and they would just give me like blank stares back. Like, sorry. I'm sorry if you guys are responding and I'm not seeing any of your comments. I apologize. I apologize. Hopefully we get some reconnection soon. But you know how technology is sometimes. It's amazing until it's not. But I don't want to end the live. Alright, well, I'll finish putting the end of this ribbon in. We have a couple more to go, and then I'll just try again tomorrow. I'm not seeing you guys' comments, and I feel bad if I'm not addressing something that you guys are asking, possibly. Here. Hopefully you guys can hear me okay. That's just on my end. There we go. Give it a couple good twists and then just tuck it right underneath. But yes, I apologize if you guys are commenting and I'm not responding to your comments. I'm sorry. I can't see them for some reason. I'm not seeing any reactions or anything on my end. It like froze, so I don't know, but we're gonna push through. We're gonna add these last couple ribbon bundles and then we'll try again tomorrow. I'm sure I'll be able to see you guys' comments when I click out of here. You guys are always so sweet. Okay, this is the last one for the bottom layer. Bring that ribbon forward. Okay, so that's the bottom level. This is what we have so far. Okay, let's hop up to the top. We find that spot that we had right there that we put our pipe cleaner underneath. So that way that's not where we're gonna put any ribbon. Just fold these underneath. Place them in. Let's see, how many pieces do I have? I have 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the one directly underneath where the bow tails are going to be, I'm not going to put
a piece of that tubing. That's just how the numbers turn out. We will put, you know, some kind of floral or something under there, but we're not gonna put a tubing bow because we only have 4. Okay, we're making sure that we just overlap the little tail part. We want our loops to be nice and big. I did glue some stems onto the lemons. I put, because they came just flat like this. So I super glued the stems in, and then I put some Gorilla Glue hot glue around the edges. That way when we stick them in here, they'll stick out a little bit further instead of being so close. And that way we'll make sure that we'll be able to see them from the front. It just helps give it a little bit, not volume, but a little bit more presence and a little bit more versatility. So if you're just joining, I'm sorry if I can't see your comments. For some reason, I am not able, the comments like stopped loading. I see, the last one I see, it doesn't show a time, but it was Rosario saying beautiful with the hearts. That's the last thing I see. Like, it's not even showing me when people are joining or anything like that even. So, I'm sorry guys. It's not personal, I promise. I love responding to you guys' comments. You guys are always so sweet to keep me company while I make my wreaths. But we're gonna put these last couple, and then we're gonna finish up tomorrow adding in our bow, or making a bow, adding in our sign, adding in our florals and our lemons. We'll work on it tomorrow, and I'll try to remember to put up a little reminder before I go live so that we can all meet back here. But usually it's around like 11 or 12 is usually a good time. Eastern, of course. Okay, we got one more, and then we're gonna be done for today. Well, thank you guys for hanging out. I apologize if I wasn't able to get to your comment, but if you guys do have any comments or questions, I will check them out after this post and be able to address those for you. I appreciate you guys hanging out. I see, like, it shows me that there's 17 people watching. I just can't see any comments or reactions, unfortunately. So we're just gonna twist that last one in, and then we're gonna be done for today. So here's what we have so far. Ooh, yeah. See how that, it really lightened it up, adding in the blue and the yellow and the tubing. So that's gonna be really pretty with the sign tomorrow, hydrangeas and all the things. So thanks guys for hanging out. I appreciate you. I hope you guys have the best day, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye. Hey guys, Jess with Peak Blue Wreaths. We are here to work on our welcome lemon wreath. So I'm gonna try something a little different today. I'm gonna see if, when I go on my computer, if I'm able to share this. Let me see. Let me see if I'm able to, ooh. Let me see. So say hey when you hop on. Let me know where you're watching from. I'm just trying to share this around a little bit. I know that on my computer, I might be able to share it and not on my phone. So let's see. Let's see. So just hang with me for 1 second while I see if I can share this with a few more people. So let me see. Let me see if it's gonna let me. I think so. Say hey when you hop on. Let me know where you're watching from. Let me know how your day is going. And all the things. Hey. I'm seeing if this is good. I think it might help bring in a few more friends. So let's see. So just hang with me for 1 second. Hey, let me know when you're here. I'll let you know where you're watching from, how your Friday is treating you so far. I know it's early. I know it's early in the day, but I wanted to make sure that we got our lemon wreath finished.
Blue and yellow are so perfect together. Hey, oh, hey, Kim, you're new here.
Nice to have you. Nice to have you. Okay, so let me move my computer out of the way. Let's see if that was helpful. We'll see.
All right, so we are here to finish our lemon wreath. This is our sign. It is an 8-inch round. It's a metal frame. Oh, okay, Kim, it works. Well, you can whisper. I don't have to, right? But here, this is an 8-inch metal sign. It has the holes punched in it, but I don't like the way that the pipe cleaner shows through, like right in this area. I know it's a little detail, but it's all in the details here. So I super glued some cable mounts on the back, and then I did Gorilla Glue hot glue. Hey Lisa, how are you from West Virginia? So this is how we're gonna attach it. It's an 8-inch frame, or 8-inch sign, 14-inch frame. We already attached all of our mesh, our ribbon, our deco mesh, natural tubing bows. We did that yesterday. So if you guys missed that, you can just, after this live, head back to my page and just look in like the feed and it'll show you. Okay, so we're gonna attach this right over here on the side, and then we're gonna put a nice huge bow here. I have my my hot glue melting in my glue pot, so it's ready to go. We're gonna add in lemons, some blue and white hydrangea, and I just think it's gonna be so beautiful. And it's a great way for me to use that hydrangea up, because I did use it in some Easter wreaths, and I don't want it sitting around until next Easter, even though I kind of think hydrangea is a summer flower, but some people associate it with spring, probably because it's kind of soft. But say hey when you hop on. Let me know where you're watching from. We're in Southeast Michigan here. I was able to share this to a couple of wreath maker pages, so if you're new here, let me know, and we'll see. Hopefully that is a good choice, you know? But yeah. So we're just attaching some pipe cleaners, the same colors that we used on the frame. It is a 14-inch frame. It has 18 pieces of mesh cut to 30 inches long, 17 sets of ribbon cut to 13 inches long, because we leave one spot empty with only the mesh, because that's where we're going to put our bow. Good morning, Teresa. How are you today? Happy Friday. Happy Friday. Okay, we're going to finish up our lemon wreath today. I wanted to get this done. We have some rain coming. I don't think this weekend, but it's coming next week. It says it's supposed to rain for like 5 or 6 days in a row, which, no thank you. I know rain comes with spring, but I don't want to. I'm here. When I get a text, I can't hear you and the video stops. Oh, good to text Buddy. No. Buddy. Thankfully, at least I can see you guys' comments today and the reactions. Yeah, I almost said reflections. I can see myself a reflection, but you know, it is Friday, Teresa. Yes, TGIF. It is Friday. It is our last day before break, so my kids were a little extra squirrely this morning because they were just so ready, so ready. You know. They had some of their like little Easter parties today or yesterday, and they were like, why did we have them yesterday and not today? And I'm like, maybe some people take, you know, the Friday off, you know, if they go on vacation or whatever. All right, so we are attaching this right to the frame because that's how I do it. I don't want to ever imagine my signs, you know, sliding off the wreath, or just the mesh holding them on. Okay, so we wire them right to the frame. I know it takes a little bit extra time, but it's worth it to me. So if in the future it changes, then I'll let you guys know. But as of right now, I like to attach my signs right to the frame. But yes, it is Friday, Teresa. Teresa, you got any big plans? I know I had one person let me know that they have a 2-day show this weekend. So that's exciting. I hope that goes so good for you. But yeah,
We got, what do we have? We have quickly turned into a family who does sports on Saturdays. That is what we have quickly morphed into. I don't know. It was not really a gradual change. All of a sudden, that is what we're doing. So that's our stage of life, and I love it, and it'll be fantastic once it gets warmer and stays warm, and we can do some outdoor sports, you know, in the sunshine. Yesterday, you guys tell me if your weather is what your weather's doing, because I had, let me know. I'm all nervous that my stuff is frozen now. Give me a reaction, please, or tell me something. I want to make sure I'm not without friends again. Comments. But yes, we've quickly turned into a sports family. My weekend sports family, but that's okay. They're only young ones, and I love it. I love watching them do their sports. I hope my comments aren't frozen again. Can you guys let me know? Give me some emotions or something. I don't know why. I can't see anything new. Ugh, come on. I don't know why it tries to do this. Sometimes when updates happen, it just will update too much, you know. All right, so our sign is on here. This is what we got so far. We have our sign, and we're gonna put our bow right over here. So let me set this over here for a moment and grab my ribbon maker, or my bow maker. Not my ribbon maker. That would be fun if I had a ribbon maker. Not so much. All right, so let's make our bow. We're gonna be using lots of yellows and blues. I actually found my lemon ribbon, which I knew was around here somewhere, and it does have navy blue and greens in it. So I think that's gonna be really pretty in our bow. So we're gonna be using this, and this one is from Members Mark. So either Sam's or Costco. Guys, I've lost you guys. I've lost your comments again. Rude. All right, we're gonna use some naturals. After we're done with this bow, I might just go out and start a new one, a new live. So I'll let you know. All right, one thing I wanted to use in this, I have a little bit of this plain yellow. I wanted to use a little bit of that blue chanoiserie ribbon that we used in that gorgeous Easter wreath, the one that had the hydrangea in it. I think this will be really pretty just to use a little bit in the bow because it's fancy and it goes well with hydrangea. We know that. So we're gonna do that. I apologize if you guys are commenting. I don't know what's going on. Maybe after here, right now, I'm gonna log out and I'm gonna log back on. So please come back to my page and find me again. Okay, just hold on one second. You guys, what is going on with the you-know-what? Let me give you guys a second to come find me again. Goodness gracious. I'm sorry, guys. I don't know. I didn't want to go a whole video without you guys being able to be able to see your comments and stuff. So come find me again, and let me just reorganize my ribbons for a second while you guys find me. Rude. Technology is fun until it doesn't agree, and then it's rude. Say hey when you found me again, please, so that I know that we're all here together. Goodness gracious. Say hey. Hey when you hop back on. I'm just going to go through my ribbons in the meantime and keep only the patriotic ones. We're going to put all our lemon ones and our bee ones aside. So that I can clean those up in a second. All right, I see one person came back and found me. Make sure give me a reaction or a comment or something when you're back, because goodness gracious. Come on, you know, not you guys, but the FB, man. How rude. Yeah, I don't know what's going on. I turned my phone off and back on. Sometimes, you know, that fixes it, right? So say hey when you're back. Part 2. Lemon Wreath, part 2. So rude. Not you, but
So say hey. I see that people are starting to join back in. Say hey when you're back so I know that my comments are working, or give me a reaction. I'm like, do something so I know that I can see you guys. Goodness gracious. How rude. Yes, say hey when you come back on so that I know that you're here and I know that I'm going to be able to see your comments and your reactions. I have this blue one too. At least it gave me a second to look at my ribbons. Let's say hey when you're back. Let me know where you're watching from, what's going on, that you can see me. Say hey. I was just on a second ago, then I got off because I could not see you guys' comments. This happened again. It happened yesterday for like the first time ever. I don't like it. The whole reason I'm doing these lives is to be able to talk to you guys and see what's going on and get to know you guys. And I don't like it when I'm not able to do that. So I turn my phone back on, off and on. And sometimes, you know, just turning something off and back on will fix the problem. So let's hope that that's what's going on. So again, when you are here, give me a comment or give me a reaction even, letting me know that you're here. Yes, Colleen! Colleen, I see you! Even more importantly, I can see your comments. Goodness, girl. I don't know if you caught that last live. That was literally 10 minutes. And then all of a sudden I couldn't see anything, any updates, like in my feed. I have like a little feed that's under here. And it tells me, it shows me you guys' comments. And all of a sudden, it like froze up. I was not seeing comments. I was not seeing reactions. Rude. Facebook, don't keep me from my Wreath loving friends. Cut it out. Right? I know it's Friday and everything, but Facebook, don't be taking the week. You're not on weekend yet. You're not on spring break yet. You know, behave. All right, we're gonna move this Wreath out of the way because I feel like I'm not able to stretch out my ribbons in peace. So let me set that aside. Colleen hears me. Everyone else hear me? Let me know. All right, so we're working on this lemon bow. We're using this lemon ribbon, which I totally forgot. Well, I knew I had it. I just couldn't find it at the time when I started making this wreath. But now I got it. We got it together, in theory, right? But yes, give me a reaction. Let me know you're here, so I don't think that the comments stopped showing. Okay. All right. So our tails are 14 inches. Our loops are starting at 6 or 6.5. This ribbon is Members Mark, so it's either Sam's or Costco. But the rest of them are going to be from Craft Outlet or Deco Exchange. We're going to mix a bunch of yellows and a bunch of blues, some neutrals, and it's just going to tie in beautifully with our wreath. So yeah, say hey. Let me know what's going on, that you can see me and hear me. And if you don't want to say hey, you can always just give me a reaction, and that way I know that it's still working. And goodness gracious, I know it started working. It's all Colleen's comment. But yes, I went to Hobby Lobby yesterday, just quickly. I didn't really have anything in mind. I just wanted to go and get a little inspiration. Hobby Lobby brings a lot of the same things back every year, but sometimes, as I learned, they do like little like updates, right? Like, so it might be a similar item, but it might be in a different color scheme or something like that. And my comments are not working again. Here, I wonder if I bring my computer up, if it'll show me. Hold on. Let me try that for a second. Here. You guys, Facebook is not going to keep me from my wreath making friends. Goodness gracious. All right, let's pull this up. Let me see if I can see. Yep. You guys, I can see the comments on my Facebook, but I can't see them on my phone.
Yeah, because I see Marissa, good morning, Jess, and everyone. Paula says good morning. Guys, all right, so let me try to keep this over here. Here, can you guys comment or give me a reaction and I can see if I can see it on my computer live? Guys, what is going on? How rude. Sorry, guys. Sorry to be so needy with all this, but okay. Let's continue. Let's see what we can see. All right. Yeah, I don't know what's going on, but we're gonna keep going, and we're gonna. Hey, Lois. Lois, I'm having to do some. We're having some technical difficulties. I don't think it's my phone because I just turned it off and back on. Maybe Facebook did like an update, and it's just working out the kinks. Maybe. Colleen's got. I see some hearts and a lemon from Colleen. Not on my phone, on my computer, and only when I refreshed. You guys, this is not sustainable. This is not sustainable. This is not what I wanted. How I wanted it to work, but that's okay. All right, so we started with this. We're gonna go with a neutral in between. And we're gonna build up a really nice bow. I know yesterday we did, no. I thought I had to update for a second on my phone. No. No. Okay. Oh, yes! I'm seeing something now. Paula, good morning, everyone. Okay, goodness gracious. Okay, now I'm seeing things on my phone. Okay, now all the comments are coming through. You guys, this is not my first live. It may seem like it. All right, so now I see all the comments. Hopefully they'll come through in real time now. Can you give me a reaction? Just give me a reaction. I'm not going to keep asking for all the things, I promise. I swear. I'm not usually this needy. But I don't know. All right, we're doing our best. Let's do this. Okay. So we got one loop on each side. And we're going to stretch out our tails. You guys know I like a fuzzy edge bow, fuzzy edge ribbon. And this is what this one is. So pretty. It's a little fuzzy. You see why it's almost all gone? All right, let me just keep. Sorry. Let me get my. I don't know. But yeah, we're gonna do this. We're gonna finish up our lemon wreath, and we're gonna maybe start on some patriotic bows. Because I have these really cute frames. Thank you, Karen. Thank you, Shelly. I don't know. Oh, now I see it. Okay, Karen says she's from Indiana today, and Colleen gives me a smiley. All right, guys. We're doing our best. All right, so I want to use this one just because. So we're gonna, sorry to be so all over the place. All right, we're gonna do this one, a yellow. You guys, I was just talking about, all right, let's do this. Sorry, my Facebook has got me all frazzled with its choices. But you know what, it's not gonna stop us, let's keep going. So what's everybody got going on this weekend? We got some good things happening. Do you guys have, what do we got going on? What's going on this weekend? We have sports. That's what we have going on this weekend. We have quickly turned into a Saturday sports family. But it's really fun to see my kids love it so much. And, have a good time and do their best. So, it's okay. Yep. That's where we're at. All right, so this one gave me one tail. This was my little amount that I had from, I bought that bow bundle. Remember I told you guys about that? Some wreath makers, there's a website called, here, I'll just cut it out. There's a website called Whatnot. I don't know if you guys are familiar with that or not, but it's an app and it's a live bidding website. Kind of like eBay, but all the time. It's a live bidding website, and some wreath makers sometimes will sell on there. And that's a good way to get into trouble real quick. You guys ever talk about those situations where you're like, that escalated really quickly? Oh, Karen's dog sitting. Hey, Tanya.
Tanya, sorry. Oh, Tanya says from Illinois. Guys, I'm getting the comments on and off.
I don't know. That's why I got my computer over here. Yes, I bought this bow bundle from Whatnot, from a wreath maker. I got sucked in. I'm a sucker for. I'd be one, like, if this was 20, maybe now. Well, I know QVC is still on, but I feel like I would be one of those suckers for convincing me I need stuff I don't need. Because I get like that even with like wreath supplies, you know? I remember when I was younger, I worked at the mall, and if I sat there and folded a table of shirts or pants or whatever, because you know that's kind of how retail was. I know now they expect more from the workers and stuff, but back then, pretty much I would get like assigned a section in the store, and then my responsibility was pretty much to keep it tidy. You know, greet the people as they walk by and keep it tidy, and that was about it. So I would sit there and I would just like fold the same shirt, table of the same shirt, you know, for 7 hours or whatever. And I swear, even if I didn't like that shirt, if I sat there and folded it for 7 hours, I'd be walking out of my shift with that shirt 40% off. You know what I mean? It's like if I stare at it long enough, you know, it'll convince me that I want it. And that's kind of how trends are with me, like clothing trends or any kind of trend. I feel like it takes me a while to catch on to the trend. And a lot of times when I'm on the trend's on its way out, so it's on sale, you know? So you see me keep doing this and keep bouncing it. Anybody else like that? Do you guys follow the trends, or you just know what works for you and you stick with that? That's probably a smarter choice. I am getting to that point a little bit. If I find a shirt that I like, I'm buying it in 3 colors. You know what I mean? If it fits right, I'll buy it in several colors. You know? You guys know, right? That's how you are? That's why we're friends? Because you guys are the same way? All right. So let's use a little bit of this yellow plaid. I only have a little bit. It's kind of satisfying to get to the end of a roll of ribbon. Don't you guys think? All right, let's see. That's a little bit too long. Let me see how many loops I can get out of that. But you know what I mean? You guys, you know, you find something you like, and then you just, I feel like that's my problem, is a lot of times I will like a certain kind of clothing, and then I'll just wear it until it wears out, but then when I go to replace it, they don't make it anymore. Like, all the stores have changed, you know, their trends and stuff. I can't be the only one that feels that way. All right. Swipe left to reveal comments. There we go. Hey, Jean. So yeah, I don't know. All right, this one is gonna have 2 on this side, 1 on that side, and then our next one we'll just switch it around. Guys, we're improvising. We're improvising. All I know is I want to get this lemon wreath done. That is what I know. My Facebook comments are not being polite. But yeah. Sorry, I keep complaining about that. I'm all done.
Yeah. Right? Do you guys do that too? If something works, you just, if something fits right, just buy it in all the colors, you know? And then you don't have to buy that type of shirt again for a while. Yeah. Anyways. All right, so I have one loop on there. I have 2 loops on the other side. So I'm gonna do the same thing where I put 1 loop here. I'm gonna put 2 loops over there in theory. Kind of even it out because that looks a little, here, I'm gonna switch it. Sorry guys. Okay. All right, we're just switching it up a little bit so that we can have 2 loops on one side, 1 loop on the other side. Okay. All right. Sorry, guys. There. Okay. We got 2 loops here. And then we're going to come in with this gorgeous, we have a teeny tiny bit of that. And then we're gonna be done with our bow and we can add in all of our embellishments. We have lemons, we have hydrangea. Okay. All right. Yep. Okay, make sure our loops are the right size. And this is a good way to, I would use this blue for patriotic too. I have all my patriotic ribbons around me. I thought maybe I would use that, but I don't want to use that because I have 1.5 inch on top. And if you use a 2 inch to cover up that 1.5 inch, it just looks a little wild. Okay, let me see how much I have left of this. Ooh, okay, good. Okay. You guys know I've been loving the lace trims. Hey, Teresa. Teresa just sent me a message saying she just found me. Oh, good morning from New York. Hey, Jean. Ooh, I'm seeing some comments. All right, things are looking up. Good morning from San Angelo, Texas, says Cynthia. Hey, loving the color combination. Yes, girl. Thank you. Me too. I was inspired to make a blue and yellow wreath. And then I went through my signs and I found blue and yellow lemon sign. And it was meant to be. All right, let me see how many loops I can get out of this. Guys, we're improvising today. Thank you, Cynthia. Good morning from New York, Jean. Where are you guys today? Jean, I hope your weather is acting right. I know New York was acting even worse than Michigan with their snow. All right, we're doing a little hand bow action here, just to use up the rest of that roll and make sure that we have enough. Okay. This is going to be right here, right in the middle. That's what we're going to do. So this one does not have as many tails, but it's going to be okay because we'll spread out the tails that we have. You know, we'll make what we have work for us, you know, just like other aspects of life, right? You know. All right, there we go. Here's my comment. All right. Okay. All right, so this is our bow. This is what we got going on. We got 4 tails. We got more loops. We got my computer here. Yes. It's a Friday. But you know what? Facebook can't take the weekend off already. Okay, so make sure you keep giving me some reactions, guys, so I know that we're
we're working here and that you guys are liking. Do you guys know that every single time you react, it tells Facebook to show me to more people that have similar interests? I know it sounds slightly invasive, but Facebook keeps track of that stuff, you know? So, all right, so we're twisting this very tight. Twist, twist, twist. Okay, and so now we have one tail, we have one long tail. I used to do it where I made it exactly even in the middle, but then sometimes the pipe cleaners wouldn't be long enough. So I do one long one now. Well, you know what? Even though at first we didn't like that there wasn't enough tails, not having as many tails actually lets this chinoiserie ribbon show. So it actually works out just fine. All right, let's spread out our bow. All of our gorgeous loops. Open them up a little bit because we did use, you know, we always use wired ribbon. Okay, we got our top loops. Trim this a little bit. Make sure that we're not chomping any of our bow. But yeah, guys. All right. Okay, let's get this side going. I'm a little bummed that I'm not able to see you guys' comments in live time. It's a little rude of Facebook to do that. I'm just trying to be with my friends. All right, there we go. I like the way that looks. All right, so there's our bow. What do you guys think about that? See? Nice and cutesy. Nice and cutesy. You guys, I even got my computer here trying to make things happen. Let me see if I missed anything. You guys like it? Give me some hearts. Give me some likes. Let me know what you guys think. Trying to refresh with my finger. But all right, so here we go. Let me add this into our wreath. If any of you guys are wreath, not necessarily wreath makers, wreath consumers, I guess. I did set up a Easter sale in my shop on all of our Easter wreaths. They're all on sale. Even some of the spring wreaths are on sale right now too, today. So if you're in the need for an Easter wreath, hop on over. I think I'm gonna take the tubing and that bow from up there and place it, put it in the ribbon bundle underneath. Because we're not able to really see that tubing, and we had one bundle that didn't have the tubing in it. So I think I might borrow it from up here and move it. Because our bow is kind of over this ribbon bundle. So I'm gonna borrow this tubing from over here. It's up for, let me see. No. I'll make a decision later. Okay. There you go. So there's our bow. Let's find all of our loops. Get this in the right spot. Pull it on over. Making sure that none of our sign is covered up. I think adding that chinoiserie ribbon was a good choice, if I do say so myself. Okay, I know that we'll do the final fluff when it's up on the door, but there we go. This one is a little shorter than the rest. There we go. Okay, sorry. Spending a little too much time on it, but here's what we have so far. We got our welcome sign. We have our gorgeous tails. Okay. And it does seem to cover up that one, so it's okay. We can leave the tubing bow up high. What do you guys think? You guys like it so far?
let's go grab our embellishments. All right. Oh, we got something. We got a comment coming in, Colleen. I just bought a roll of that blue and white. Yes, however you say it, I'm not even... Girl, it took me a couple times. Chinoiserie. Chinoiserie. Oh, thank you, Colleen. I see you guys' comments. Yay! Marissa says that's beautiful. Thank you. Yeah, so you know what, guys? I thought that we were going to be at a disadvantage not having that many tails, but it actually allows that and the lemons to be seen. Ooh, a favorite. Girl, we're not even done. I love it. All right, so let's add in our embellishments. So let me move my computer over here. Nice. All right, let's keep the comments coming. All right, let me grab my glue pot. You guys, it's so funny. It's so funny how, I don't know if you guys do this too, but like you'll put off buying something. Teresa, I'll message you back in a second. Teresa K. Sometimes, I don't know if do you guys do this too, is like you'll put something off buying something because you're like, oh, you know, I don't need to make that purchase right now. But then once you do it, you're like, why did it take so long? All right. So but that's how I feel with this extension cord. I bought an extension cord for my glue pot. Girl, you guys, how much is that? Couple dollars? But I bought an extension cord and now I can bring my glue pot over without it cooling off, and game changer. All right. So we got 2 different kinds of lemons. They are purchased from Hobby Lobby. They have like a whole like fake fruit section, like over by like their succulents. Oh, thank you, Lisa. I appreciate that. Oh, Tanya, appreciate you. So I have 2 different kinds of lemons, and at first I was like, oh, I don't have enough. But you know what? I like that there's 2 different kinds. I have this. I have 2 of these picks from Michael's that I bought last year. And you know what? You guys want to know something? They say spring on them. They're lemons for spring, so it's not just summer. Okay, so I have those, and I'm going to put those on the top. I got some more blue hydrangea. I'm going to put that on the top. But here, let me move this out. Feeling a little bit like things are closing in. So let me add in those. I'm going to put lemons and blue and white hydrangea in every single spot. So I did use the deco mesh tubing bows, as you guys saw, and I did that yesterday. So I don't want to add a ton of florals and cover those up, right? Because if we sit there and put like that 60919 or anything like that, oh, Colleen, thank you. I don't want to put so many florals in here that it covers up this deco mesh tubing, because then it's like, what was the point, right? And we don't want to add stuff in and then not be able to see it, because that's just wasting money. Okay, so I have these little hydrangeas. They're teeny tiny. I literally they had like the big heads. They had like 4 on them. I just cut them apart. So we're going to be adding a lemon in each spot, and then either a white or a blue hydrangea. But thank you guys so much for your encouragement and for hanging out with me. I know this is early, but I get to go help out at my boys' school today. And so I wanted to get this done today, because I'm not going to be able to after. Okay, so we got this, and we have our hydrangea. So what we're going to do is I put these sticks on here. They're just tulip stems. And I super glued them in, and then I hot glued around them because, you know, I don't want them falling off. That's why. And I wanted to be able to have a little bit of, like, wiggle room to make them stick out more. Because if you just take them and glue them right to the ribbon, it makes it so into the wreath that you can't really see the lemons sometimes, you know, if that makes sense. That's kind of how I used to do with my florals when I first started. I would, you know, rip the heads off and stick them right here on the pipe cleaner. But as you guys can see, if you put it right here where the pipe cleaner is, you can't see it from the front of the wreath. And that's, sorry, I know you guys keep seeing my phone bounce, but so we want to make sure that we can see all or many of the embellishments from the front of the wreath. So that's why we put the stems on. There's a reason why. There's a method to the madness every single time.
It's not just, nothing around here is coincidental, right? I started my wreath business with the name Peekaboo Wreaths. At first, it did have to do with my son and having that idea when he was younger. But now it's kind of morphed into, you know, hidden details, right? Everything is purposed and planned. We don't have a whole lot of, you know, oh, that turned, you know, surprises. You know, you never know exactly how something's going to turn out, but most of it is well thought out around here. But yeah, shipped out that bee wreath yesterday. I told you guys that one's sold. And with the hydrangeas that I'm adding in, I'm just putting a lot of hot glue on it and just kind of setting them on top of the lemons. I'm not like shoving it in there, for a better word. Okay. But yeah, I was able to share this to a few other pages, wreath maker pages. So let me know if you found me from a different wreath page. I see a lot of you guys are the old faithfuls, which I appreciate you guys so much. I love going live and knowing, you know, seeing the familiar, not the familiar faces, you know, but familiar names. It's so fun. It's definitely one of my favorite parts of going live. Is keeping in touch with everyone, seeing, you know, you guys let me know you have shows, and then we get to talk about, you know, how the shows went and, you know, what you might do differently or what might have surprised you about the show. I just ordered some new boxes on Amazon. I would say out of all the supplies that I buy, boxes are the least fun. Just because, you know, they're necessary. It's nice because, you know, that means that you're selling. But at the same time, you're like, oh, it's an embellishment. It's not like a roll of ribbon, you know. You know, boxes are like something that, you know, you don't appreciate until, I guess, it allows your wreath to get there safely to the customer. So I guess it is, obviously they are important. Anyways, it's a little bit of a rant. But let me know what you guys got going on. Let's talk about something else. What you guys got going on? I was able to take that wreath that we made yesterday. Well, we didn't make it, but we embellished it, that patriotic wreath. I was able to take that over to the school yesterday, and I was pleasantly surprised. I was let know that I could leave some of my business cards in front of the wreath, you know, because it is a silent auction. So that way, maybe if customers like, you know, if people like that wreath, maybe they don't win it, or maybe they're not going to stick around till the end for the silent auction to see if they want it. They could just go to my website early, you know, and see something. You know, you never know. I feel like life is about, you know, different types of connections, and you never know, right? We're going around, we're adding lemons into each of the spots, and then a teeny little cutesy hydrangea. And I think this is just, it's a perfect little floral touch. You know, it's not overwhelming. It's not too much. I think it's a pretty spring touch. It allows our tubing bows to still be visible. We don't want to cover that up, you know, because it took time, and it's pretty, so we want them to be shown. But what do you guys think about this so far? I don't have any more white ones. Oh, that's okay. Oh, that's what I meant to do. I meant to do 2 blues and 1 white. That is sometimes the problem with getting your embellishments ready the day before. I think we'll be okay because we're mostly under the bow. So I think we'll be okay as long as we don't run out of our lemons, which we're not going to. All right, I keep touching this every time. Oh, we got something there. Colleen. Colleen says that's great. Thank you, Colleen. I thought that was great too. It was like I wasn't expecting that. You know, it's a happy surprise. Because obviously it's good to, you know, get your business cards out there to people. So I like that. I like it. Okay, so like I said, we have our long stem, and it's okay. I made it green, so it kind of blends in, and it helps us to be able to get a little bit of, I know it's kind of funny to say, a little bit of volume out of our lemon, but it allows us to be able to stick it in there without shoving it all the way in, and that way we can see it from the front of the wreath. And I think this is going to be so pretty. Again, these lemons are from Hobby Lobby, and they have a whole little fruit section with all these plastic fruits over by like their succulents. So like towards where they're, I'll stick one more up here. So I had one left. Over where, like if you go towards where their florals are, you can find them right over there. They have apples and peaches and lemons, obviously. Oh yeah, put that lemon right there in that bowl. Okay. Guys, I like that. I'm impressing myself. All right, let me stick this up here. But yeah, what else you guys got going on? Okay, it's 10:20, we got some time. All right, let me grab these. These are the florals that I planned for the top. Here we go. All right, so I have these two little stems, which we can or don't have to use. They have little flowers on them. We have 6 little lemons. So how many spots do we have? We have 1, 2, 3. So we kind of have 5, but some of them are covered up. So let's see. And we have our hydrangea. And we have 1 yellow flower. So we have, this is how the hydrangeas come. They're 3 or 4. But then if you look closely, they're all connected up here. And that's what I did for the outside ones. I cut them apart, and that way we got more, more coverage and more kind of bang for our buck. All right, so let me think. So these are all, I don't think we need those. Okay, I think we're just going to use some more hydrangea on the top. So we have 3 leaves, so we can use those. One way to add more greenery too to your designs is if you add the leaves that come on the stem. So a lot of times wreath makers, and you guys have seen me do it before too, is they'll do they're called pushers a lot of times, where you can like push all the green, like all the leaves up towards the head of the flower, and that way you get more coverage out of that flower. So it's not like, because what you add in is the leaves and the florals, and it covers better than if you just did the florals, right? So hold on one second. Yeah, that's too much. So we're gonna separate them and then place them in, and then place the leaves behind them. That is my idea, and I'm going to stick to it. And these are from Walmart, actually, surprisingly. Okay, so they separate, and they're these little cutesies, and they're pretty. They're different than the ones on the outside. They're they have a little bit of purple in them. There's like a little bit of variation in there. 1, 2, 3. But yeah, I used these on one of the He Is Risen wreaths for Easter with that the chinoiserie ribbon, and I wanted to use it again. I didn't want it to be hanging around until I want to do brighter summer stuff, because even though this is a spring and summer flower, I wanted to use it in the springtime because it's delicate, it's cute. So let's just dip our stem and place it down right behind the sign. Right there. We don't want it covering up the sign, but we do want it to look, bring the florals to the top layer too. We don't just want them on the bottom. Oh, hey, Cicely. Oh, we got some comments here. Let's see.
Colleen says, I'll be working on a couple of wreaths today and finishing up food shopping tomorrow for Sunday's baby shower. Oh, Colleen, so exciting.
Colleen, did you, so it was the fisherman theme, right? Did you get a new outfit?
I know that's kind of a fun thing to do when you're gonna
go to an event that there's gonna be like lots of pictures. You know, it's such an exciting time. How fun. And I'm so, you know, it's such a blessing that you're able to help, right? It's such a blessing to the mom and dad. It's such a blessing to you to be involved. You know, to make such a special day for them. I love it. Nice. How nice.
Yeah, I don't know. We've already talked about how my comments are not being kind, but I keep refreshing on my computer. I'm not sure if that's what's fixing it or why I'm getting like an influx of comments. Maybe they're coming live. I don't know. That's possible too. All right, we're gonna stick that floral back there even though we can't see it a whole lot. I'm torn on the lemons. All right, we have one more like this. That's kind of like a bigger one. Making choices in my mind. Okay, got one more. Ooh. You can stick it behind the lemon. That might be a good choice. Only time will tell. But yeah, hey guys.
Hey, how fun. Baby showers are fun. You know what?
I know that I shouldn't be this way, but I'm always, when I go to a baby shower or wedding showers or any type of showers like that, I make it like my personal mission to win whatever games that they have. You know what I mean? I'm always like, I want to win. I want to win the games.
It's like kind of ridiculous, but I don't know. I like that. It's exciting to me.
And I'm not even that competitive, like compared to some other people in my family. I'm just going to wear a bright top. I've been too focused on food prep.
I know. You're right. You're going to be moving around a lot, you know. You're going to be moving and grooving. You don't want to worry. You don't want to fuss about it. I hear you. But yes, I'm always bound and determined to win. Colleen, what kind of games are you guys doing? Are you guys doing games?
I love the games. I don't know why. I just do. It's fun.
I probably enjoy winning because it's not like a whole lot of skill, right? It's like a good time. It's all in good fun. But I like that. So I'm always like, when I go to these things, I'm like looking under the chairs. People are like, what are you doing? I'm like being nonchalant about it. I'm like, I have no idea what you're talking about. What do you mean?
Guys, we all got our quirks, right? My quirk today is that our comments aren't working and I keep complaining about it.
All right.
Let's place this one under here. We're just placing a few cutesy little flowers. Just because we have them. And why not use them, you know? Making sure that we're not covering up the sign at all. Making sure that those stems are making good contact. All right, I said I wasn't going to use the lemons. Maybe we'll just use 3. We'll do that. I want to win one of the prizes. They are giving us massage gift certificates. Colleen, yes. Colleen, I will not think it's biased, even though you're helping to plan it if you win. It's so funny. I love it. That's a good gift. I know at our baby shower 10 years ago, you could win the centerpieces, because the centerpieces were these really cute snowman centerpieces that me and my mom made together. We could win the centerpieces. You could win, what else? We had like, I don't know, Bath and Body Works, you know, stuff. What else? Yeah. But I remember it was like a big to-do. We had people bring the gifts
unwrapped. We like even wrote it on the invitation, but I remember some people were traditionalists and they did not like that. And it was slightly awkward because we'd have to like unwrap the gift right in front of them when they arrived. And they didn't really like that. You know, they didn't like it. They didn't like it. So Colleen, are you guys doing that with bringing the gifts unwrapped? Or how are you doing? What are you doing with that? All right, let me see. So we have this. We have this. We don't need this. No need for that. How fun. Well, I hope you guys have the best time ever. Yeah, Colleen, isn't that funny? All right, guys. We're done with this wreath. But we're not done. I'm going to try to get out and back in, and by the grace of you know who, let's get this taken care of here. Why I can't see you guys' comments. It's really bothering me. It's not your fault, of course, but all right. So there we go. This wreath is done. But we're going to make some patriotic bows while we're here. And I'll show you guys my Hobby Lobby. My Hobby Lobby haul from yesterday, my mini haul. All right, there's a bow. There's our sign. There's all of our lemons and our hydrangea. There we go. I don't know why I made that sassy face. Excuse that. Delete it. Get it out of here. All right. Okay, so we're done with this wreath. We're done with this wreath. Let me add on my door hanger while I'm thinking about it. Speaking of door hangers, how did you guys feel about the door hangers that I made? Remember we made that ladybug? We made the carrot. All right, we're gonna hang it